Hello, everyone. It's been a while, but welcome to the latest episode of Agents in the Trenches. If you're new here, this is a live discussion on the real life struggles and experiences that agents are facing in today's market. So, my name is Talia Miranda. I'm usually the co host, but today I am the host of this episode. As you guys know, Lucy is in South America. She's having her LQ Full Fire Masterminds all over Colombia. So she's doing some big things out there. So if you want to reach out to her, wish her well, wish her safe travels, please do. I'm sure she appreciates all the love. But I'm super excited to be here today. Thank you so much for joining. If you are watching this on live, go ahead and comment hashtag live. If you're watching this on the replay, please do us a favor and comment hashtag replay. This shows us a little bit more or less of what time people are tuning in to give us a better gauge of the algorithm. So please do that. But I'm super excited for today because we are coming in with a very hot topic here in Florida, and it is new construction. And I'm going to have some special guests coming on and talking about their experiences and a little bit of information on new construction. So I'm super excited to introduce them. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. Give me 1 second. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi. So excited to have Michelle and Gus here. If you would be so kind, we can go ladies first, to introduce yourself and give us a little bit of a sneak peek of who you guys are.
Sure. Thank you, Dalia, for having me here today. It's a pleasure to be in this event. So my name is Michelle Gables, and I am a licensed real estate in Florida. And I've been a real estate agent for about 7 to 8 years now. And I do a little bit of everything. If you know me, I'm always looking for new opportunities, looking for new projects. Whatever I could get my hands on. And, I do a little bit of new construction. I do traditional real estate, a lot of wholesaling, houses, fix and flipping, land. I mean, you name it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me, Talia.
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. So excited that you gave us the opportunity to, speak with you and get your insights and knowledge on just the market and everything that we're going through today. So I'm super excited to get into that discussion. But Gus, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, Thalia. It is a pleasure and honor to be here. My name is Gus. I'm with TBF Mortgage. I've been in the industry for coming up on 3 years. A little bit new to Florida. Moved out here right after the hurricane. Originally from California, but basically been in mortgages. Moved over here to the broker side where I work with 35 different lenders who I constantly shop for my clients, and I'm able to get them whatever program they're looking for, whether it's construction, bank statement, 1099, the traditional FHA, conventional real estate, all those kind of things. But yeah, excited to be here. Let's talk.
Awesome. Yes, I'm super excited for this. And Gus, I want to say, from the short time that I've known you since, the previous event till now, I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to, try to put some deals together, and I can tell how creative you are, which is always nice for us realtors, right? Because we want to be able to partner up with people that, kind of think outside the box and, try to help make the deal happen, sooner than later. So I'm super excited for, the future, for us to, continue to do business together. But I wanted to start off with new construction, right? Because it is a very hot topic here. You drive around and more than likely you're going to see like 10 new homes being built, right? Like in like 5 minutes or something, so it's definitely something that is big around here. And a lot of times, I've talked to a lot of newer agents, and some of the questions that I get is like, okay, how do I get started in new construction, right? It's hot, right? And a lot of times that people that are coming from wherever they're coming from to move here, they look at the prices and they see like a resale home and they see a new construction home, and they're almost like, it's almost better to just go with a new construction, right? So Gus, I want you to kind of tell us a little bit about the loan that you had mentioned to me a little while back. Maybe give us some information about that and we can start the conversation there.
Yeah, so we have all the products when it comes to like new construction. When it comes to new construction, like if it's already built, like we can put any loan together for that, right? Now, if it's a lot of land that needs construction and into permanent lending, we have a program where it's one-time closing. So most construction loans don't work like that, right? It's you get the money to do the construction, and then after that you get your money to lend on the house, right? But with the program that we have with one of my banks, it's a one-time closing process. So it's land, construction, and the mortgage all in one closing, which just streamlines the process and makes the process so much easier for the client. So that's kind of a newer product that's out there right now that I'm able to have access to, which I think is an absolute, killer of a product when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Michelle, I'm curious to get your. I'm sorry, I think you were going to say something. I'm
Yeah,
curious
no, I
to
have
get.
a question actually for Gus.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Regarding that loan program. Is it, do you have, I mean, that loan program that you have, is it when the seller has their lot already?
Yeah. So it's you have the lot, and then if the land needs to be purchased, you can do that as well.
Okay. Okay.
Or you can just do the construction and the mortgage at the same time, right? If they already have that.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
But it's an all in one thing. Yeah.
It's an all-in-one, so either they could own it or they could buy it as well.
Exactly. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
So I'm curious to get your perspective, Michelle, because you've done new construction, right? Um, and you're very out there, and you're always looking for, like you're saying, the latest and what you can do to make yourself better, right? And the more products we have to be able to give to our clients, the more equipped we are and the better we can serve them, right? So I'm almost wondering, Michelle, like how what kind of experience do you have with new construction, and what have you seen?
Sure, sure. So I tell you, new construction is something that, is big here, right? In Southwest Florida, especially now here in Cape Coral. But before, let's say probably like 3-4 years ago, before COVID, right? New construction was kind of like coming in and out, right? It wasn't like a big thing. Once COVID came, all of the builders stopped building. Their product was pretty much stuck. They couldn't resell. They couldn't sell other products. So once the COVID was gone, the interest rate started going up, blah, blah, blah. So then I started thinking, I'm like, well, okay, so what is the market doing now, right? So all of this resales and this old homes, and, the interest is high. A lot of people are not going to be interested in selling their home and getting another house, and that's, 5-6% interest rate, right? It doesn't make sense when they have already a home for 3%. So then there was a lot of builders that they had that product pretty much with them, and they did not know where to go or how to sell it. So then they started giving a lot of like incentives, right, to buyers and realtors. And that's when I started thinking, I'm like, okay, well, they need to move their inventory. They need help. So I started getting into new construction then. And it was, I mean, it's been great. It's been great. There's been a lot of investors interested in buying new construction. A lot of sellers, and buyers too. They come here and they're like, oh, okay, well, I want to see this house, but this house is pretty much, 2007, when I could actually buy one that is newer for the same price. So it's something that is really big here right now, especially in Southwest Florida. And the active inventory, right? I was doing a research recently, and the active inventory right now, it went down 1.2%. No, sorry, 12% down of the active inventory. So it's like, we don't have product to sell, right? Like it's crazy. Closed sales, the research that I did on that, it was 14% down. Like 615 closed sales within the last 60 days or something.
And the demand is still there.
So new construction is the way to go right now. There's no buts and ends about it. It's, and especially, so, okay, so in new construction, right, I work with a lot of funds, right, that they have a lot of different programs, right, for new construction. And then also I am with Build to Rent. Alvin Tavares, he's a business partner. We work together, and we actually sell these properties for investors as well, right? So my advice, I think, to anybody will be to just buy something now, and especially in new construction, that's the way to go.
So, Michelle, talk to the newer real estate agent that wants to get into, because I think you had mentioned, right? You were kind of there. You were at that phase where you're like, okay, new construction is hot. I need to get in. So, talk to the agent that wants to get in. What would you say, or maybe give us, a tip or something like that so they can get started, right? Where should they go? Who should they talk to? What should they do? Because I
Yes.
know a lot of people is probably going to have some questions about that.
Definitely, definitely. One thing that I will probably say to the newer real estate agents is to, you coming into this business with a mindset of, I'm going to be a millionaire, I am going to buy all this and houses, and, you just start seeing. But at the end of the day, you have to put in the work, and you have to have the mindset that if there's so many fields in the real estate, there's so many ways that you can make money in real estate. It's crazy. So it's the mindset of, if I'm doing traditional real estate and is that going well, what else can I do in real estate? What is there? Developers, okay. Builders, okay. There's so many ways. So I think if you come in with that mentality of not giving up in your dream and what you want to do, you'll be successful. I've been there. I started with my, real estate license, and I had the mindset of, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to be a millionaire in a year, right?
Yes.
As soon as I got my license, I went in and I sat down in an open house for 3 hours with no one coming in through that door, and I was devastated. I was like, oh my God, did I really get my real estate license for this? Oh my God, I felt like crying. I was like, this is not what it was crazy. But I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do, right? So then I started finding out, what else can I do with my real estate license? Okay, investors, developers. So I started like just drenching myself into getting all this information from different people and from shows and from YouTube, and there's podcasts, and there's so many ways to get yourself informed of what's going on. So, from there I started going into developers. See, that's another thing too. I'm the kind of person that I'm not afraid to speak to anyone and reach out to anyone. I started pretty much going and seeing a lot of doing a lot of research developers. I mean, I went all the way to the top, right, to get an interview with, I went all the way to the top, to the extreme of getting an interview with the CEO of Toll Brothers in big construction Toll Brothers in Naples.
Okay.
And I was in there. I was like, hi, my name is Michelle Gables. I just got my real estate license, but guess what? I want to learn. I want to do something, so it's just that. And again, it's a passion, right? It's a passion that you have to succeed. It's a passion that you have to go into different opportunities and grow, right? I think that's the main idea. So when I started getting into new real estate, into a new construction, what I started doing is reaching out to builders, presenting myself, going to different offices, going to different, builders. Hi, my name is Michelle Gables. I'm a real estate agent. This is what I do. I want to see what the product you have. How can we work together? And again, it's about building relationship with people. You'll be surprised, right? Again, knowledge is very important in this field, right? Very important. But one thing I've learned, especially in this field in real estate, it's who you know. It's who you know. You just build that rapport with people, build that connection with people. And that's what I did. I mean, I went to every single builder in Cape Coral, Naples, Fort Myers, Port Charlotte for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight. I was literally driving. I was living in my car for 2 weeks. Pretty much. Going to one area, going to the other area, just, hey, this is Michelle, and then there's a lot of people that were looking at me like, what are you doing here? Like, you're just a realtor. I'm like, yeah, I'm a realtor. I want to make them. What can we do together? What can we do together, right? Like, how can we work together? What do you have to offer? This is what I have to offer, and it's the same thing. Again, finding investors. Get on social media. Social media is the biggest platform that there is and is an advantage that we have now into 2023. Years ago, there was none of that, right? I mean, there was none of this social media, but now we have that power. Get on social media, talk to people. I've contacted people in Brazil, investors in Brazil on Facebook. Hi, my name is Michelle Gables. I want to do business with you. It's just like, that's what you have to do. It's all about connections.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I want to go back a little bit, and then I want Gus's input, because you had mentioned something that I want to shine some light on. You said that you were sitting at the open house for 3 hours, right? And nobody came in, and you were devastated, and you're like, no, this is not what I signed up for. And what's crazy is that there's a lot of agents that I speak to that has similar experiences like that, where they're like, it's just not working, but they've only done it once or twice or something like that, and then they just throw in the towel.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't throw in the towel, because you never know, right? Because we know that consistency is key. So do things. If you're gonna do something, do it consistent for a period amount of time. Like you're saying, Michelle, you went out for 2 weeks talking to every builder and introducing yourself, and that is so key, right? That's so key, because if something's not working, then you got to figure out another way to find something that works, and you found it. And I love that, and I think that just that alone is going to help a lot of people. Don't give up, just keep going.
I agree.
Please tell me, what do you think about that, and have you experienced or know agents that are in that situation that you've seen?
Oh, for sure. I mean, just going back to the open house thing, I've sat, since I've been down here, hundreds of open houses with agents, and there's times where there's nobody that comes in, and there's times where there's one person that comes in, right? But it's consistently doing that over and over again. It'll click, right? But it's in every aspect of life, you got to stay consistent at it. If you want to do health goals, you have to consistently go to the gym and do stuff like that, or eat healthy, right? If you do it only for 1 week, you're not going to see the results, right? Mm-hmm. It comes into that when it comes to business. You just have to continue to do it. You got to, and something that I really picked up on what Michelle was saying, I think it's so key. And I think this is coming up to this week's mastermind is going to be something that just connects everything, right? But the networking, getting to know, it's who you know, right? It's who you know in the industry, right? And networking and getting those new contacts. And you never know when this person, it specializes with investors, you're going to send them an investor. This person specializes with building, you're going to send them a build. Like having that entire group of networking, networking with people is so key to your success in this industry. It's night and day. If you don't know anybody, well, then you're not going to have any business. And if you do, then, well, they'll start throwing you stuff. And you just have to, when you do get the opportunity, you can't let it slip. You gotta step up and you gotta perform. And you gotta take care of business when it comes to it.
Yep. Thank you for mentioning that. I don't want to cut you off, Michelle, but the networking part, it's so true, and it's crazy because it brought me back to this specific memory that I had when I first started in the industry. I'm super introvert. These types of things truly drain me out, and I'll be the first one to say it. After a networking event, I'm like, nobody talk to me. But we know we gotta do the work, right? But it brings me back to the specific event that I went to. It was a networking event, and there was a lot of realtors, right? And I remember talking to this one realtor, and after the fact, and I had invited him, and I was like, "Hey, are you going to the networking event that we met at? I wanted to see if we can meet there around the same time or whatever." And he had told me, he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go. There's just realtors there. It's just realtors." And that stuck with me, because I'm like, well, you don't know what type of partnerships you could eventually, cultivate with these realtors down the line, because like Gus was saying, there might be realtors that specializes in certain areas of real estate that you might not specialize in, and you don't want to lose a potential client because of that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm, an expert of all fields, because I'm not. But if I know somebody that's an expert in commercial and I have a commercial client, I'd rather work with that realtor that I met at that mastermind or networking event or whatever the case may be, and we're all going to eat, right? So I think that a lot of times realtors, like, they don't think that it's important to network with other realtors, and it's important to go out and shake hands. But I think that is also key to this business as well, as who you know. So I love that you mentioned that. And I don't know, Michelle, if you want to say anything about networking, but oh man, it's so true what he's
Yeah,
saying.
definitely, definitely. Networking, it's the way to go. I mean, there's events everywhere, right? And especially in real estate, they're doing events with the realtors and then the mastermind, Lucy's, and then there's so many. I mean, I've gone to events all the way in Orlando. I've gone to events in Tampa. I mean, if the events are there, I'm there, right? I mean, of course, not not 24/7, but if it's something that I can make it and I could go, I will be there. I mean, it is so important. You never know who you are going to meet there. I mean, I've had people that, yes, like you said, there's a lot of like realtors that are just like shy, or they don't know. You don't have to go to this event and just be loud and talk to her. Just present you, just make presence, just make sure that you introduce yourself to some people. Sometimes in these events, you're literally, you could just go and sit down in a table, and that's what they're there to do, right? To just network. So they'll come up to you and introduce them. You know what I mean? But just being there and having that presence and just taking that opportunity to meet people. I mean, that's a key, and it's very important, especially in real estate.
That is. So I don't know, maybe I'll go ahead and talk about the next event, I guess. That's a good segue. So next Tuesday, if you guys haven't seen already on social media, we are having our next Southwest Florida Realtor Mastermind. Doors open at 9, event starts at 10, roughly around 2 hours, and we are going to be talking on many different subjects, but it's going to be powerful conversations on global growth, on the secrets to investing through fix and flipping, and also new construction. So it's going to be extremely powerful. These two are going to be a speaker and a panelist as well, right? So if you guys want to hear more about what their experience has been, and any of these topics as well, to come out and meet them, it's a perfect opportunity to do that. This event is going to be incredible. We already almost sold out. I was telling Gus that we reached the top. Actually, we sold out. We reached the top and we opened it up for more because it's still coming in. Yeah, so far this is the highest count we've had for the Realtor Mastermind. So it's going to be so good, and it's only going to get better. So, if you guys want some more information about the event, I mean, reach out to any of us. We'll give you that info. Do you guys want to say anything about the event?
I'm super excited.
Yes.
I can't wait to be there. Last time I gave away some whiskey. This time I'm going to give away some charcuterie and a wine basket. So show up.
Perfect.
That's exciting.
Yes, it's exciting. I'm really excited to be part of this event. I think it's something that it's going to benefit a lot of realtors in the community, first of all, right? Because trust me, their opportunity is going to be there, and it's also going to be beneficial for investors locally, internationally, realtors locally, international. I mean, it's just like, whoa, I'm just so excited.
Tell us a little bit about that, Michelle. Just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit.
So, okay. So on the next event, we're going to be meeting with the CEO of one of the biggest funds, I guess, that I've worked with, right? I've known him for 8 years now, 7 years, pretty much since I started my real estate career. And again, that was one of those connects. I was on my way to Miami to, connect with investors and just mingling, and I was like, hi, my name is Michelle. I was there, right? So that's how I got a report with him, and it's been going great since. Another thing too, that once you make these connections with this, investors, builders, developers, whatever, one thing that I believe that is kept me with them, right? As a main connection, as a main connect, is my loyalty to them. Like, I am 100% loyal, and I have to have that in vice versa, right? So as long as we're in that same field, and as long as you respect, you're respectful, I'm respectful, you're loyal, we're loyal, then we're pretty much good. So I think that's something that has kept me with a lot of my investors, and so forth. But he's great. He's done a lot of projects internationally. So I went to him, I want to say about 2 years ago. I went up to him with with an idea that I had, right? Like, Lucy and I, we've been planning on kind of like putting something together for a while now, and there were some parts that were missing, right? So I went up to him and I was like, listen, I know you do this internationally. This is the vision. Can you be part of my vision? And he was like, yes, perfect. Let's put it together, and then now I feel that it's completed, right? Now it's like we have all of the pieces together. I was able to just my vision, and I appreciate him a lot, for doing this. He was pretty much, he saw my vision, he joined my vision, and he was like, perfect. Let's just put it together, along with Lucy, of course. And yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be great. Is going to be able to expand, like I said, the realtors locally, internationally. We're going to be able to work with a lot of investors internationally. There's so many investors internationally that wants to come here and make business and do business, and they don't know how. They don't know where to start. They don't know who to call. What do they need? What are the requirements? Where is the lending, the law? You know what I mean? But it's we have it. We have it, and now it's pretty much ready to go. And we want to collaborate with investors. We want to collaborate with all the realtors community. I mean, I think this is going to be huge, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for it.
Yes, me too. I definitely know it's going to be big, and it's gonna change the way a lot of realtors do real estate here in the area. So if you guys, we're not gonna tell you too much about it, but you definitely don't want to miss this. Come on by, get this information, because this is gonna be another way for you to 20x your business, like the title says, right? And the more knowledge and the more tools we are equipped with, the better we can serve our clients, and we don't have to pass people away when it comes to certain things that might scare you, right? Or that you don't know of. But guess what? We got it all covered. So you just have to come on to the Southwest Florida Realtor Mastermind next Tuesday. Information is in the comments. I think Lucy actually just put the link as well. So go ahead and register. But in closing, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time. Super excited for the event.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Do you guys want to say any last words?
I'll see you at the mastermind.
Yes.
That's right. Let's go. Grab your tickets.
You can't miss it.
Take care, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Right,
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.